What's up, Las Vegas? How's it going? Yeah, man. I always try not to drink, and it's been like 10 days without a drink, and it's the first time I've ever gambled sober, and I actually won. Been at the craps tables. I'm gonna put it towards, I'm trying to buy a house fund, but I live in LA, so that's not gonna happen. That place sucks, man. Dude, I'm trying to buy a house, and you gotta make like $50 million to get like a 2-bedroom shitbox with no central AC. It's awful, man. It's so bad, I'm having like Midwest fantasies, Well, I watch those HD TV shows. They're always in like Ohio, Michigan. Those people are living. They got homes. Dude, I saw an episode of dude that like had like a 5-bedroom house on a lake and like a stay-at-home wife, and he was like a freaking manager of like a Johnny Rockets. I'm like, how's this even possible? Like, this dude's putting a pool in, and I don't even have a parking space. I went to breakfast in Ohio, okay? 2 people, all in, no bullshit. Coffee, juice, right? All in. I got the check. It was $9. Well, I was doing the LA math. I'm like, this got to be a $40, $50. It was $9. Like, I thought the kid hooked me up. Like, no wonder why these people are fat. I'm just saying, a $9 breakfast, I just gave the kid a 20, like I was Sinatra. I figured I got off easy. I'm like, here you go, kid, keep the change, The kid couldn't believe, he quit his job. He's like, this is the most money I ever made. Now I get to add an extra garage on my 8-story home. And plus, there's too much to do in LA, man. Like, restaurants are always opening up. Like those trendy, expensive jerk-off places my wife likes to go to. That's what I hate about women. No, you guys always want to do shit. You know what I mean? You can't just sit home. I always want to go out. Women get bored. Not all women, just everyone I've ever dated and married. My wife's always bored, and I'm like supposed to entertain her. I don't know. She's always like, I'm bored. You never plan anything. Like, when the fuck did I become an event planner? And why is it my job to entertain you? I get bored. I don't bother you. I don't know what to tell you. Fucking learn to play Madden. You know what I mean? I'm never bored. No, they always open up, and they're like these douchey, trendy restaurants. Like, you see like the Food Network people. Stupid shit. Like that. Like there was one that she wanted to go to. It was an Italian fusion restaurant. I'm like, what the fuck are you fusing Italian with? We're fine. We don't need to be fused with anything. I don't mean to be an asshole, but we've been teaching you people how to eat for over 1 million years. Like, I'm pretty sure we got the food down. That's kind of our thing. And we may not be your number 1, but we're definitely in your top 2. So she wanted to go check out the restaurant. And I hate new places, like, because I'm paying for it. I like to know what I'm getting. Like, I like simple shit. Like, I could eat the same thing every day, like Subway. I could eat Subway every day. I'm a creature of habit. Like, I'm easy to kill. Like, if you want to clip me, just hang out at the Subway parking lot. I'll show up once a day. I'll be wearing this, Yeah, so she now I got the pressures. Oh, and she loves going out with other couples, man. I fucking hate couples. If you're a couple, kill yourself. Dude, die slow. So awful. No guy likes going out with couples, getting kicked under the table. No guy guys, right? Like, you ever go out with another couple and you think you had a good time? Right? And then you get in the car, and then you get this fucking report card on how you behaved the whole goddamn night. Because all they do, they just watch you and document everything. And I had no idea I was killing at the table. Everybody else liked me, you know what I mean? And I told her, I said, this is your fault. Don't bring me around people. I'm not good around people. No comic is good around regular people. Like, your conversations are boring. Like, I don't give a fuck about your kids. You know, oh, my kids started school today. Oh my God, they're growing up right between our eyes, or whatever the fuck you say. Let's talk politics, religion. Let's piss everybody off and walk the goddamn restaurant. So there's only, like, we have a go-to couple, okay? When she wants to couple up, I call him, it's my boy, right? Properly vetted. The wives met through us, and they know what pieces of shit we both are, so there's no, like, you know what I mean? And the wives get along, they love hanging out with each other. They both went to college. They're always exchanging books. What kind of dumb shit is that? I told my wife, that's all she does is read. I go, why the fuck are you reading all the time? That's why you're bored. You know what I mean? We got 58 streaming sites. What are you in the corner reading a book with the lights on, one light on, like an asshole? And whatever she reads, like it's that self-help shit, I gotta do it. That's the problem with women too, man. You guys are always evolving and growing and shit as people. It's annoying. You got stages you're always going, like, I'm guys have 2 stages, childhood and death. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't need to, I know who I've been since I was 6. I'm good. I don't need to grow. Everything. She'll read a book, I gotta do it. She'll watch a movie, a documentary, now I'm involved. Like she watched something on minimalism or some shit. I was on board with that, because it's apparently you don't spend, you cut your spending. So she's telling me about it. I said, oh, okay, I'm in, yeah. Then she just threw all my shit out. So now the pressure's on, right? I got to plan the night, call our go-to couple. I told them I'll make the reservation, and she's all excited now. She gets to wear shoes. It's like, ooh, this is nice. Women love ambiance. Look at this place. It's got lamps, and this is different. This is fun. They always do that. This is fun. Let's get a couple items. They always want to share. Let's get a couple items and let's share. You're like, fuck, man. Like why we gotta share? Hey, I got an idea, hon. Why don't we try this? How about you eat what the fuck you order? Right? And then let me eat what I order. You want to try that? And they don't really want to share. They just want you to order their other option and shit. Dude, women are shifty, man. They are, man. Those shifty bitches in here. Fucking, you get in our heads, man. You're like Hannibal Lecter. You make us do shit. Like, I knew what I wanted going into the damn restaurant, right? Because I checked the menu when she was in the shower. You ever do that? Right? So like, how much everything's gonna be? Like, she's in there, I'm like, what the? By the way, if you own a restaurant, put the prices on the menu online, okay? Are we all in agreement? Yeah. It doesn't make you appear to be fancier. And if there's no prices on the menu, just stay home, dude. They're gonna kill you. So I wanted the clam sauce. I saw it on the menu. I said, this is how I gauge a good Italian place. I'll get the clams. But women, you get in the head. Because we're walking in. She's like, what are you going to get, the clam sauce? I'm like, yeah. But you always get the clam sauce. Why don't you get something different? I'm like, no. I'm paying for the meal. I like to get white clam sauce. Well, what about a puttanesca? You like puttanesca? I don't want puttanesca. So I'm eating a puttanesca now. And the other thing is, I can't even eat it the way it comes, right? We always got to modify like the food, because she has issues with food, not even like allergies, like issues, weird shit, like personal vendettas, like certain textures gross her out. Right, like she don't eat black olives because they're spongy. I'm like, how the fuck are you Italian? You don't eat black olives. You're an embarrassment. to your people, yourself, your family. She disrespected the Puttanesca. It was sad. It was all capers. But she does it, man. I don't know how they do it, man. Even things for me, they make it for them. Like I had a birthday in May, right? Which I forgot about. I don't care. It was May 4th. And I hate that shit too when nerds are like, may the 4th be with you. Hey nerd, I was born before Star Wars, all right? Fucking nerd. So she starts to plan my birthday. I didn't remember it was my birthday. But she calls me. She's like, what do you want to do next week? I'm like, for what? She's like, it's your birthday. I'm like, damn, right? Then I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to do anything. She's like, we got to do something. I'm like, all right, well, the new Avengers movie came out. Let's just go get a pizza and see the Avengers movie. She goes, what are you, 12? I go, okay. How about this, hon? Why don't you just tell me what you want to do for my birthday, and I'll do it. Well, there's this new restaurant I wanted to try that I know you're not going to like. Dude, she bought herself an outfit for my birthday. And you're like, thank you. It's just what they do. Anyways, so now we're walking in the restaurant, right? And she's all happy. I planned everything. I'm feeling good. I see my boy. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, hey, but he's got a look on his face like, I'm sorry. Right? I'm looking at him. Then I look to the right, and there's another couple at the table, uninvited. I made the reservation for 4, right? Who are these people, right? Now I start getting nervous. Now, I don't get nervous. I've been in holding cells. I've spoken in front of thousands of people. I see a new couple, I start getting the diarrhea gurglies, right? Because now I know she's gonna be watching me, and I gotta pretend to be some other dude she's never met, right? And they were like this young hipster millennial couple, right? Which, by the way, I just want to go on record. I like millennials. Everybody's always shitting on them. I'm like, leave them alone, okay? First of all, they're your fucking kids, all right? Everybody's always like, millennials suck. Well, you're the ones that fucking raised them. You know what I mean? Maybe if you're getting Ritalin and Prozac at 10, they know how to chalk up an L. And millennials, just for the record, we all suck. After the World War II generation, America just takes a nosedive. Like my generation, I don't even know what I am. Whatever the fuck Eminem is. Okay, what did we do? We didn't storm Normandy. What did we do? What, the East Coast, West Coast rap war? Is that our claim to fame? And that's another thing. If you're in your 40s and 30s, late 30s, stop commenting on what the music the kids are listening to. All right? Our music sucked too. Stop acting like all of our shit was dope. Yeah, fucking Rico Suave, he was phenomenal, wasn't he? Yeah, Milli Vanilli, remember them? They weren't even singing. Yeah, the baby boomers are the worst. It's like, what are you on, your 3rd marriage? Oh, yeah, thanks for cocaine and AIDS. We really appreciate that as a nation. Thanks for buying homes you don't need and flipping them for a profit, creating a market that never existed. So now I gotta move to Ohio to live like a person. And they're the new old, right? Right? They're the new old. They're up at the bat now, you know, to go see the big guy. We're on deck. I'm on deck, warming up. But you guys got a lot of balls, because you guys are commenting on all the younger, like, these kids today are awful. It's like, bitch, you forget, we got footage of you, okay? I don't know, you ever see those Woodstock videos where they're all just fucked up? You know what I mean? And they're rolling around in mud, living in communes, clipping each other. You guys created STDs that never existed, right? You double-fisted dicks with flowers in your hair and doing lines of blow at Studio 54. And now you're like, these kids really need to pull their pants up. But I will say this, millennials, okay? I do hate hipsters. And that's the mark on your soul, okay? You gotta own that, and that's what's gonna keep you out of heaven. If you're a hipster and you're in here, I hope your scarf gets caught in the spokes of your bike and breaks your fucking neck. You jerk off. I can't stand you. You're just a bunch of jerk off rich white kids that move into bad neighborhoods and then you act like you're from that neighborhood, right? And then you ruin the bad neighborhood. How much coffee you gonna drink? But that's what I'm having dinner with, the fucking hipster couple. Dude's name was Kevin. He's a bitch ass dude, man. Just full hipster regalia, had the beard, the flannel, the $400 work boots, even though he's never grouted a fucking thing in his life. He had a scarf on. Looked like he was gonna go hunting. That's the other thing. You can't dress like a hunter if you're a vegan and afraid of guns. Bitch ass Kevin. Fucking, they had his little angry white girlfriend. You ever see a little mousy 20-something white chick with glasses? She's like, I'm mad, I'm a white girl. Yeah. You know what I mean? A little white feminist chick. By the way, when did white girls with glasses become the new oppressed minority? Anybody get that memo? She was awful. I think her name was Phil. Just a terrible person. She looked like Mo Green from The Godfather. She did. She had big ass glasses, the fucking Mo Green hair. I pissed her off right out the gate. Well, she was from New Zealand, and I had said Australia. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, because she's like, hello, right? You know, they talk. And I'm like, oh, I go, hey, nice to meet you. You know, are you from Australia? I toured there a lot. She's like, oh, God, I'm from New Zealand. Ugh. So annoying how, like, Americans don't know geometry, whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, that's not how you greet somebody, you know what I mean? That's like toxic shit. And that's another thing. If you're from an ethnic group where we could guess wrong, just fucking take it on the chin. Stop acting like a little bitch about it, you know what I mean? You ever piss some people off? Like, I don't know. Like, you ever call somebody the wrong Asian, they want to stab you? I don't know. Like, oh, are you from Mexico? I'm from fucking El Salvador. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Are you from India? I'm from Pakistan. Like, all right. Jesus Christ. By the way, I did Google it. India and Pakistan, they're two different countries, two different cultures. But if you 23andMe them, they're 100% same fucking DNA. I mean 100%. They were just a group of people that were here, then half of them decided to move over here. So I'm right. And by the way, that doesn't make me racist. I'm just ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, I love whatever you are, but if it means that much to you, just tell me and we can move on. Dinner was awful. And then bitch ass Kevin, he just kept talking about wine the whole time. You know how hipsters are like into one thing and that's all they do? He's like, oh, this is a good rosé. You know, we could pair this with a 1979 fucking Matt LeBlanc or whatever. Swishing around like a bitch, like a hoe. And I live out in like Agora Hills, which is like near some vineyards or some shit, right? And then bitch ass Kevin was selling out because he's like, oh, you live over there? Do you and your wife go wine tasting? My wife's like, no. I'm like, bitch ass Kevin, what are you doing? Just so annoying, man. And I fuck words up a lot, right? I mess up a lot, man, because I stutter, which now you'll pick up on. Hey, here's the thing. Everybody always thinks I'm angry, but I have to talk aggressive, so I'm not like, duh, 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 like a dick. And plus the fact that my eyebrows weigh about 9,000 pounds doesn't help the situation, right? So as he's talking, I know the word I want to say, but it comes out wrong, right? So as he keeps talking about the wine, I go to him, I go, you know a lot about a wine. I mean, what are you, a Somalian, right? And I knew I messed it up. By the way, you ever feel your wife's embarrassment? You ever feel it? Right? You ever just feel it? You're like, oh shit. It's pulling you. She's like, I almost said a Somalian again. It's a sommelier. And I'm like, well, you knew what I meant. And he just kept talking about the wine. Finally, I said, dude, just order a bottle, man. I said, I don't even like wine, okay? And he was like, but you're Italian, you don't drink wine? I go, actually, I'm Sicilian. And Sicily's an island. That's not even part of Italy. And you should know the difference. Yeah, who the fuck cares? I told him, I said, I don't like wine. It tastes like pennies to me. You know? I grew up with the two shitty jugs on the table with the guy's face on it. I don't know. And I gotta listen to his stories. That's the other thing I hate. You ever meet people that travel? Fucking nobody cares. You ever meet, they always tell you their little adventures and shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Bitch ass Kevin. No, you, by the way, it's so stupid. Like if you went to college and you read and you travel, you're a dick. But if you grew up in 1 square mile, you're good. Nah, it's just annoying because, you know, they always have to start the story off with like, you haven't lived. Like, you haven't lived till you've had baba ganoush on the Mediterranean. It's like, bitch, you haven't lived till you had my grandmother's gravy on a Sunday. I'll put that shit up against your baba ganoush, bitch ass Kevin. And that's the other thing with like rich kids, especially rich white kids. They like to go to countries where they don't belong, right? Like they love to do work and help people. They just show up. Hi, our parents have money, so we're gonna try and help you guys. And they mean well, but it's like, relax, just stay in your fucking lane, you know? They do, because, you know, they don't struggle, so the parents are like, you need to go see people struggle so you know what it's like. That's not how that works, right? You can't watch somebody starve and think you missed a meal. You know what I mean? Like just because I watch ER doesn't make me a fucking surgeon. So they're always telling you about their little adventures and shit, right? Bitch ass Kevin was like, yeah, you know, we went to Darfur, right? Me and Phil, when we graduated from college, our parents gave us like a year off so we can backpack through wherever the fuck Darfur is. And we really like learned a lot about how other people struggle, and you haven't lived till you've seen other people die. Like, you haven't lived till you put a ski mask on and try to make rent, bitch ass Kevin. You haven't lived till you spent the night in a bush for 17 hours trying not to move. Talking to God, like, hey, dear God, I know I haven't talked to you since football season, okay? But you know I'm a good person. I'll give it all back, I promise. With that fucking, the radio, that shabada, habada. I hate that noise. And this shit. My wife hates that I call him bitch ass Kevin. Like, she's all impressed with his bullshit. She's like, what makes him a bitch ass? Why? Because he went to college and reads and has his parents? I'm like, yeah. He was just a suspect dude, man. Any guy knows what I'm talking about. Like, you sit across from dudes, you know. Like, you know, there's a dude that would press charges and shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's the type of dude that would, like, use the steps to get in a pool. Bitch ass Kevin. Fucking hoe. Bring his sweater to the movies and shit because he gets chilly. Bitch ass. No. Bitch ass Kevin has sex with the lights off and shit because he's got body issues. Fucking hoe. He underlines words and greeting cards and shit just for the emphasis. Bitch ass Kevin. He's staying sideways in pictures. He saves the wrapping paper. Fuck that bitch. He can sleep while his girl drives. By the way, ladies, if you're married, it doesn't count. If you're married, both of you are hoping you die. But ladies, if you're dating a dude and for some reason you end up driving and he's fucking snuggling, whatever, cut that motherfucker. That dude is gonna let you die in any scenario. He does not have your well-being in mind. If any more pop in my head while we're going. All right, so now the check comes. And I have to pay, by the way, because my buddy paid last time we went out. And ladies, there's a little charade that goes on. That like my buddy knows I paid, but he's reaching his pocket looking at me going, motherfucker, right? And I'm not gonna have bitch ass Kevin pay with Phil. You know, they're kids. It was awful. That check was awful. It was the worst. I don't even want to tell you how much it was. I'm just gonna let you know I missed a car payment and I left starving. Well, bitch ass Kevin's wine and they were ordering it's a caricature plate or whatever. It was like a block of wood with like a prosciutto. It had buffalo mozzarella. Had 5 olives. I got to eat 2. I forget what it's called. What is it? Charcuteries? Charcuterie? That fucking thing. Dude, I was gonna, honestly, it was like $70. I was gonna just take home the block of wood. So now we get in the car, okay? I picked up, oh, by the way, when the check dropped, the feminist chick, yeah, it's pretty convenient. Phil didn't reach in her fucking wallet once. So, her chain wallet, she didn't open her chain wallet once. All right, so now we get in the car, and I thought the night went great, right? I had to pick the check up, I planned it, right? And in my mind, I thought it went so good that, like, I thought my wife would just take my root out right there and just shine me up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all happy and shit. Like, I'm waiting for my accolades. I'm like, hey. I'm like, we had a good time tonight, didn't we? I mean, the restaurant was okay. I wish I could have ate the food the way it comes, but, you know, whatever, as long as you're happy, you know? Then they give you the look like, you think? You really think we had a good time tonight? Yeah? No? Honey, what's wrong? I could tell by your tone. Something's bothering me. You really don't know? Are you serious? You really don't know what you did? Then here comes the fucking report card. First of all, let's just start with how you eat, okay? We are in a nice restaurant for once. You have your face in the plate, you're shoveling food in your mouth, you sweat, it's disgusting. And the things you say, you don't even do you even hear what comes out of your mouth? I'm like, look, I knew I messed up with the Somalian shit. I'm not even talking about that. I go, well, what did I say wrong? Your best friend said he gained weight, and you said, yeah, you did, you fat fuck. You look like you ate your old self. Now, why would you say that to him? I go, because he's a fat animal, and he kept eating all the tapas, or whatever that shit's called. And he's my best friend. That's what men do. Ladies, that's what men do. That's how we bond. You understand? We argue, we bond. I try to explain that to my wife, right? Like, we shit on each other. Like, if you have a physical disability, shitty job, that becomes your nickname. You know what I mean? Like, guys are bonding when we're making fun of each other. So when we're in each other's face, we shit on each other, but when we're gone is when you talk your boy up. See, women... That's why you got no friends. So I'm like, baby, you know we make fun of each other. That's what we do. I mean, he kept calling me Joaquin Phoenix. But, you know, it's just fun. It's why you should do that on your own time, okay? We're in a nice restaurant for once. It was fucking embarrassing. Did you see his wife's face when you said that? And that's the other thing. When we don't know what you're talking about, you like to trump charges up. I'm like, what are you talking about? She looked like she was gonna cry. There was an old couple next to us. She heard you say that. She almost choked on her food and died, the old lady. The waiter was afraid of you because all you do is yell when you talk so you don't stutter. I'm just over all of it. And then she stares at the window, all dramatic and shit. And as a guy, you're like, what the fuck just happened? And they're all like over dramatic. You ever see them with the fucking face? They're always... Like you can hear the music in their head. With that face, you ever see the face? That why did I choose him face? That I could have done so much better than a 40-something-year-old stuttering, yelling, unibrow comedian face. And ladies, when you're in that zone, when you're in the passenger seat, you know, we're afraid of you. Okay? Because we know it's not over. We just know you're just coiled. Ready to strike at us, you know? So we're just sitting there, because we know whatever happens now on the ride home, whatever it is, it could rain. But because we're behind the wheel, it's our fault. Like, you know, you could hit traffic. I told you not to go this way. I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm following the app. You ever hit a pothole? They exaggerate the fuck out of that. You ever been driving, hit a pothole? They're like, oh my God, how do you drive? I'm like, it's a pothole. What do you want me to do? Want me to pull over and fill the goddamn pothole? They just make shit up. It's because your radio's loud. You're like, what the fuck's I gotta do with your shitty peripheral vision? And my wife always says, you know what? This is over, okay? And we're never going out again. This night did not go the way I imagined it would. And that's another thing. Stop imagining shit. God damn it, women, you're so creative. You imagine yourself out of happiness. You do. Whenever my wife's going, she creates the recreational fantasy in her head, and you're gonna be disappointed because it's not real. Sure, you had a little fantasy about Vegas, and then the fucking reality kicked in, didn't it? It's not as romantic as you thought it would. You're not gonna be frolicking in front of the fountains or whatever the fuck you're gonna do. You're gonna be staggering through there playing the nickel slots, almost broke. Just let reality happen. Women you're very creative, man. That's why they'd rather read porn than watch it. And I'm not saying there's not women who don't like porn. I'm just saying there's no dudes that are rubbing one out to romance novels. Okay? We don't have that capability. Like, there's no guy at home going, and then the faceless stranger came to the door. Was that the man I saw earlier at the mall? How did he find me? How did he know where I lived? He rang the doorbell and it was raining out, but I was nervous. But I opened the door anyways. I was so scared, but yet excited. And then I ran towards the door, but tripped and fell in his arms. Did I mean to trip? And then he kissed me and... It's like, get the fuck out of here. Dude, your levels of creativity, man, is just insane. Like, I literally see my wife's thoughts when we're going somewhere. She gets all excited and I can see her thoughts. I can see her creating. You ever let a balloon go? You ever watch a balloon? And it goes like that. The thoughts start grounded and they go all the way over there. Like, I had a gig in Hawaii, right? So I got booked. It was a private corporate gig. So I'll take my wife to like cool places. So I'm like, babe, why don't you come with me? We'll make a little vacation out of it. It'll be fun. I'll break even, but whatever. You could you could put that on the list of things I plan that you'll forget about a month from now. But she gets all excited. Oh my God, that'll be great. We can have drinks by the pool. We can rent a boat. We can solve mysteries. I'm like, where are you going? Then she went shopping. She had to buy us outfits for Hawaii. She bought us matching white outfits. Like, we're there 2 days. What are we doing? I don't know what was going on in the Hawaii fantasy. I don't know if she thought we'd be like horseback riding together on the beach or making out as the waves came in. We just walked around Maui looking like we worked at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, we were... She's always buying shit for these, these... Like, my wife has this imaginary dinner party fantasy she's always buying shit for. She's always buying stuff for this imaginary dinner party we're never gonna have. She'll come home with serving trays. This would be great, if people came over, we could serve everybody. And I'm like, nobody's coming over. We got a 2-bedroom condo. She bought a punch bowl. We don't even have room for it. It just sits on top of the refrigerator. It's got mail in it. But, I'm glad she bought it. And, in case we have a prom, we're good. In case the sock hop breaks out, we got the fucking punch bowl. Yeah, and by the way, I don't know who the fuck TJ Maxx is, but that dude needs to end up missing. I fucking hate that dude. Someone needs to end his life. That's my wife, that Sunday, that's my wife's idea of saving money, by the way, is just buying shit we don't need at a really good price. So it's a Sunday, I'm hanging out, she's like, I'm gonna go out for a while. I'm like, go ahead, 3 hours later, she comes home with bags of shit. You're not gonna believe how much money I saved us. I'm like, that doesn't look like you saved us anything. But I don't want to ruin it for her because she's all amped up, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yay. And that gasses her up. She's like, oh my God, let me show you what I bought. And you're like, fuck, right? And now I got to sit there like a third grader and show and tell. And I got to hear the story behind every purchase. Why it looks like something we needed. Why we need it. Why we might need it. And I'm just sitting there. I just take solace in the fact of knowing she's probably going to take almost all of it back. You know that eating disorder where you eat a lot and you make yourself throw up? That's what TJ Maxx is to women. It's bulimic shopping. Just overshop and then return it all. That makes them feel good, man. Same thing with talking to you. Nah, man, that's the problem with dudes, man. We always want to solve their problems. A lot of times they just want to tell you the problem. They don't want you fucking telling them what to do with it. It makes them feel better. I didn't realize that at first because, why would that be the case? Because, it's very logical to talk with no point. But I realized it makes them feel good, you know? So me and my wife work something out. I said, if she's gonna tell me something, I'll say to her, I'll say, listen, do you want me to help you with this problem? Or you just want to tell me about it? Because if you just want to tell me about it, I'll turn off my Scooby-Doo problem-solving skills. And I'll just let you go. She's like, I just want to tell you about it. And you're like, okay. And after she's done, she's like, oh my God, I feel so much better. Glad I could be here. Now, I know I know the solution. Don't say anything unless she asks. And she told me, she goes, it just makes me feel better. And I get that. Like, as a dude, you ever feel really tense and then you rub one out? You're like, oh God, I feel so much better. I can think clearer. That's what they're doing. They're just verbally jerking off all over you. So just fucking take the facial and shut the fuck up, you know? That's what, I'm serious. It's like a verbal bukkake. Just take the words, look them in the eyes. That's like we like it. Don't break eye contact with them and just let them fucking words all over your face. Then when they're done, just wipe the words off and, you know, go make them a sandwich. And it's hard for men to listen too, man. That's another problem. I feel bad for women. Well, we can't, listen, women, we can't do what you do. Like, women, you could do a lot of shit at once. We can't. We're just single focused, right? Like, most men are really good at one thing that makes them a lot of money, and we focus on one thing. Like, I'm trying to buy a house. I'm focused on that. So you girls could do everything all at once, and we can't. And I feel bad for my wife because she'll be yelling at me like, why do you take your socks off and leave them in little balls? What the hell is that? You can't just put them in the hamper? And I'm like, I don't know what you just said. I'm trying to buy a house. And she has a real job, man. You know, like she gets up early. I don't even know what she does, to be honest with you. Well, now she's doing some computer. You ever have smart people tell you what they do? And you just zone the fuck out like it's complicated? You know what I mean? Like, I like one-word job titles. Like a teacher, I know what you do. It doesn't have to be explained. Let's move on, you know? Like a cop, a fireman, any of the village people. Now me, I work late, man. I get home 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep, you know? I don't fall asleep till like 4. She's getting up at like 4:30, right? Goes to work at like whatever time. I don't even know. But I'm sleeping, right? So she'll come up to me when she's about to go to work and she'll be like, Bret, listen, I'm about to go to work, okay? Acknowledge I'm speaking to you. I'm like, you're about to go to work. Just fucking go. She's like, listen to me, okay? Listen. I just need you to do 2 things for me today. Please, that's it. Just 2. I've done 79 fucking things already this morning, okay? You gotta water the plant, Bret. We have 1 plant, you've killed 7. All right? And just take the clothes out of the wash and put them in the dryer. I already did the laundry. I got the fabric softener in there. I took the lint out of the dryer. Just put the clothes and just press the little button. That's all you have to do, okay? Now repeat what I just said to you. I'm like, you want me to water the plant and put the fucking clothes in the dryer? Go to work. I'm trying to buy a house. I left a note on the refrigerator, on the bathroom mirror, on the PlayStation, because you're fucking 11, and on the dog, okay? Just please do this for me, Bret. This is all I'm asking. She goes to work, right? 1 o'clock rolls around. I'm eating cereal. I've jerked off in every room. Got my gym clothes on. I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym, but nah, you know what? Let me get a game of Madden in. Clear my thoughts before I have to go to work at midnight. And I just start playing, right? And then I have no concept of time. I think everything's 15 minutes away. I have no concept. So I don't know if you've ever like lose track of time, but then you think you hear somebody coming home. Like you hear shoes. You're like, what? Then you hear the keys as soon as you hear the keys in the door, now you just suddenly remember everything you were supposed to do. You hear the keys, I'm like, because you're like, oh shit, I gotta water the plant, right? So I just threw milk in the plant just to make sure it's moist. Then I run over to the dryer. We have the stackables, right? So I'm trying to get the clothes in. Like in my mind, I get the clothes in the dryer and dried before the door opens. And she hears all the banging, right? So as the door's opening, she's like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm just standing there like a dick. I go right to the lie, you know. Power's been off all day. Come on, babe. Please, I've been on the phone with the company, electric company, all fucking day, man. Car hit a transformer, Optimus Prime is dead. She's like, nah, the power hasn't been off. I'm like, just calm down. They hate when you tell them to relax or, like, don't you fucking tell me to relax. I'm like, well, then what word can I use to stop this? I don't know what other word. Then she just stares at me and she goes to walk in the other room. And you ever follow them? Because you're trying to think of other shit to say like you're scared. I'm just following her going, motherfucker, right? And then she walks in and she's staring at me and she takes her hand and she, like a cop, she hot hoods the PlayStation. She puts her hand on top of the PlayStation. Like, the power's been off all day. By the way, you could fry eggs on that motherfucker if you've been. I'm like, God damn it. This is why you shouldn't read. And not to mention, too, you have to fuck us. That's gotta suck, ladies. To have some big hairy animal on top of you. Ugh. Men are disgusting. We are. Women, you know how beautiful you are. You see beauty in other women. Men are gross. That's why you always have to settle. You ever see? Well, women always have to find something attractive in the mess. Like, you ever hear what some of the shit women find attractive? Like, it's funny to me. Like, a girl will be like, I'm a sucker for nice hands. Yeah, because all of this sucks. If a guy has nice elbows, I'm all over it. Yeah, women's bodies are phenomenal, man. Because you're all we care about. That's all men care about. We don't buy shoes, nothing. Nothing makes us happier than a vagine. Nothing. We just walk around the casino. You're just fucking dizzy and... No, I was saying, though, that's the other thing with women, too. Because not only do you have to fuck us, you got to put up with our weird shit. You know, we always try and get you to do some weird shit that we, like, rub one out to when we were 12. You know? And all women have had this happen to them. We're like, you know... Because we wait till your little guard's down. You know? We've been clipping for a while. You're like, you know, I like hanging out with you. She's like, you do? Really? I'm like, yeah, you're cool. She's like, oh, I like hanging out with you as well. And you're like, yeah. Do me a favor. They're like, what do you want me to do? Put your heels on and get up against the wall like you're getting arrested. Why would you want me to do that? It's just, it'll make me happy. It's something I like, you know? I mean, okay, I guess, if that's what you want. You know they feel like a fucking idiot, but they're gonna do it for you anyways because they want to make you happy. And they're like, well, I mean, the shoes are nice, but I'm getting, like in the movies? Like I've never been arrested before. You mean like this? Is this what you're talking about? And then that's when I'm like, yeah, like that. Arch your back. Arch your back. Come here. Just hold that position. Don't move. We could just stare at that beautiful heart-shaped ass. That little avocado. I'll fucking kill everybody. Yeah, what do women get? There's not a woman in here that's like, honey, could you do me a favor? Could you put your work boots on and get up against the wall like you're getting arrested, like that time you got pulled over for drunk driving? Now, I just want to stare at that little back pussy you got growing right there. Oh, that's hot. Look at the way your back fat rolls over. Oh my God. Now turn around. Let me see that thumb you call a cock. Now I really want you just to get on top of me with your fucking baboon tits and then sweat all over me. And men are nuts too. We are. We're fucking crazy. I know I'm crazy. Me and my wife, man, we're always... Well, I'm not good with the concept of, like, other dudes before me. Any other dude in here like this? Yeah, it's hard, man. I know I'm supposed to be okay with it. I'm just not, you know? Like, I don't like the idea that some dude was clipping my wife before me. And it's weird because I don't want my wife to be a virgin. I just didn't want her to have been with any other dudes before me. You ever run into somebody that your significant other used to clip and it makes everything all awkward? Like, you ever have those couples days where you're frolicking? Or, you know, because when you get together as a couple, it's you forget about it's us. It's always been about us. Right? Now you're just into each other. You have those couple days where you're like frolicking in the mall, making wishes in the fountain and shit. She's like, "What'd you wish for?" "Can't tell you, or it won't come true." You know, it's just. And then you meet somebody like because you could tell by the way they greet each other that something happened, right? Like me and my wife were sampling shit at the food court. "Here, try this." Some dude walks up. He's like, "Hey." She's like, "Hey." And then I'm like, "Motherfucker," right? And then you feel it. And you could tell by the way she says his name that she had told you about him before. Because she'd be like, "Oh, Bret, this is Jeffrey." Then you start going through her dick Rolodex in your head. But you don't want to look like that guy even though you are that guy. You know what I mean? So you're like, "Oh, hey, Jeffrey, how you doing, man? Nice to finally meet you. I heard a lot about you, you know?" But in my head, I'm like, "I'm going to fucking kill you, your family, her." Keep talking. Keep catching up. And they're just sitting there catching up. So he's like, "So how have you been?" She's like, "Well, how have you been?" But in my mind, I hear, "I fucked you." "Yeah, you did." So now we get in the car, and now I'm the one. I'm quiet, though. I'm not saying, I'm just quiet. She's like, "What? What are the odds, huh?" I create conspiracies. Anybody else crazy? Because I know I'm a piece of shit, so in my, I'm like, what are the fucking odds that you're going to run into that guy in the food court at that exact moment? What do you think, I'm stupid? She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That was right about the time you told me to go check on the prices for those sneakers. What do you think? Was I not supposed to be there? Was that the plan? You're fucking with the wrong guy, I'm telling you right now. And it's in, but by the way, I have a theory. I have a theory how I feel couples can work. I think if we stay out of the car together, I think we could last. Everything's in the car. That's why the marriages in Hollywood don't work. You're in traffic 4 hours a fucking day together. You hate each other. No, the two places that really fuck us is leaving the restaurant, because that's when the women bitch at us, and of course, trying to find a restaurant, which is, we all know, the woman's fault. Me and my wife found one a few weeks ago. We were leaving the gym. We both gained weight, so we're trying to lose. Well, I gained weight. She didn't gain any weight. She's fine. So we decided we're gonna lose weight. And I was cooking. We're leaving the gym. I was making meatballs on the grill. I make these healthy meatballs. And I had to chop. We already had the plans. I had to chop meat defrosted in the sink. And for all the Italians in here, just so you know, I usually do veal, pork, and ground beef. But I can't get veal in LA because whatever animal gives you veal, I guess people treat like shit, so they don't fucking sell the animal, the veal. And I can't eat pork anymore because my wife met a pig at a petting zoo and met the pig's whole family. True story. And he was informing her how smart pigs are and they know when they're gonna get clipped. And now I gotta eat bacon behind a dumpster like a fucking crack whore. I'm blowing dudes for ham sandwiches now. So we're leaving the gym, and I we have plans. I'm gonna make the meatballs. So, she calls the audible. She sees the defense is in cover 2. She checks to run. It's for the 4 football guys in here. She just changed the plans. She just switched the plans. We had plans, and she just changed them. Because we're driving. She's like, you know what? I'm really hungry. Let's not cook tonight. Maybe you could cook tomorrow, whatever. Let's stop and get something to eat real quick, right? And you fall for that shit. I'm like, all right, I can cook tomorrow. Where you want to go? Doesn't matter. I go, well, if you want to get something quick, babe, I just passed the Subway. We can bust a Yui if you want to get Subway. And right, here comes the look, right? Now I'm the asshole. Really? You really want to eat at Subway? Like, that's all you eat is Subway. What is wrong? What are you, fucking Jared? Can we go somewhere different for once? Yes, we can. I'm willing to bet if I answered you like that, you would have said I snapped at you, but that's okay. We don't have to get Subway, fuck it. Let's go get pizza. You love pizza, let's get pizza. She's like, why would you suggest pizza? You know I love pizza, why would you suggest pizza? I go, because you fucking love pizza. What do you want me to do? That's all you eat. You're like a Ninja Turtle. I thought I married Donatello. My bad. Just trying to make you happy. Then she says this. I don't know what this word means. I know what it means, but I don't know what it means. She's like, let's go somewhere fun. You want to go to Chuck E. Cheese? Oh, no, wait. They serve pizza. And then like a dick, we're trying to figure it out. We're like, okay, you don't want Subway. You made that clear. Something healthy, something fun. Oh, babe, I got it. Chinese restaurant down the street. You love that place. It's healthy, it's fun. You walk in, it's like a bridge. Little cat waving at you. You want to go there? You like that place? Yeah, but it's always cold in there, and I didn't bring my sweater. I'm like, babe, listen. Just tell me where the fuck you want to go eat, or I'm going to crash this car into a tree, all right? I'm literally about 2 minutes from testing the airbags on this fucking thing. Just tell me what you want. And that's the problem. Nobody knows what you want. There's books written about, you don't even know what you want. You know what you don't want, I'll give you that. Women, you got a fucking black belt on what you don't want. If you're taking a 200 question test of what you don't want, pencils down, 5 minutes, A+, you're out the door. Nobody knows what you want. Spice Girls almost told us. Think about that. That song was a #1 hit for women, okay? They love that song. And if nothing encompasses what they want more, it's that fucking song. And ladies, you know how happy men were when that song came out? We're like, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. We're like, I wanna zippy dippy zippy 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 zappa. And women are like, yeah, that's what we want. You want us to spell it out for you? ZB, ZB, DB, ZB. Now go get it. So I'm like, baby, seriously, you got to tell me what you want, or I'm gonna kill us. Just tell me where you want to go. Now, you don't get a name of a specific restaurant, even a type of food you're in the mood for. What you do now is, is you start describing this imaginary restaurant that doesn't exist. You start describing shit that you're in the mood for right then and there, like we're a fucking leprechaun and we're gonna grant you a wish. She's like, well, it's a nice day. I thought you might want to go somewhere we could sit outside. I mean, God, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I don't know. Maybe something with like a nice patio. Like maybe something with like a fire pit and like Christmas lights. Like maybe like a Mexican Mediterranean type restaurant, you know, but they still have, like we could get mimosas and margaritas. But like, you know the ones where you sit on the floor with the pillow and they have like the finger bowls that you could do that, maybe a mariachi bands. Yeah, let's go there. And like a dick, we're driving around looking for this restaurant that only exists in Gryffindor or wherever fucking Harry the Wizard lives. And after an hour of looking, right, we hate each other because we're starving. And then we end up at Subway. I'm like, this is why we always eat here. I hate you, Jared. Just get me a veggie footlong. I'm like, well, what do you want on it? She's like, I'll tell you what I don't want on it. Black olives. And I'm like, I fucking knew that. Then you're standing in line like a dick, mumbling to yourself. You're like, man, I don't need this shit. I'm just trying to feed you. You know what I mean? I'll do the 5 years. I don't give a fuck, right? But as soon as the sandwich guy asks you what you want, you just morph into this hamster. He's like, can I help you? You're like, yeah, hi. Can I get a veggie footlong, please? No black olives, though. My wife really hates black olives. It's the weirdest thing. Like, the texture grosses her out. I mean, her grandfather's from Rome, and she don't eat black olives. And I'll take a BLT, please, but no bacon. Could you put it on the side? Because my wife's best friend's a pig. You get in the car. I'm like, ooh, you ever toss it at him? If you want to get stabbed in a Subway parking lot, just toss a sandwich at you later. You don't even have to toss it, just finger roll it. I'm like, here. She's like, oh my God, did you just throw that at me? I'm like, no, I finger rolled it. Now we're driving, she opens up the sandwich. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's rifling through the lettuce. Like, what are you doing? She's like, don't worry about what I'm doing. And I know what she's doing. She's looking for the problem. She's looking for the little renegade black olive that got caught in another condiment tray. And there it is on an onion string. And now she can't eat the sandwich because the olive texture touched everything and she's grossed out. Yep, been married 2 years now. Guys, I want to thank you all for coming out, man. I really do. Listen, if you didn't notice, there was a theme to this. But this is what I love about comedy, okay? Is that whenever we talk about relationships, it's, you know, anything romantic. It's either romantic movies, songs, but it's usually about when we first meet or when we break up. Right? What makes comedy so great, it's everything that leads to the breakup. Right? So I just want to leave on this note. No matter how happy or sad your relationships begin or end, just remember, it's important to keep laughing at all the in-between stuff. Hey, thank you guys so much, man. God bless you.
Yes, it's good to be, well, kind of home. I grew up on over the bridge, Jersey. Yeah. Well, you got a problem with that? Fucking North. Well, I don't know if the chain gave it away, but. Well, when you're born in New Jersey, they give you this, and then when you turn 18, you put it on. It's like an event. They're like, yo, we fucking did it. I'm like, yeah. They give you a tight black t-shirt and a bottle of cologne. You're like, fucking, I'm a man. Nah, dude, I love coming back to New York. I actually live in Las Vegas now. I just moved out there. Well, I got divorced, so, you know. Yeah. Actually, I got lucky. I got divorced before the pandemic, which I fucking dodged a bullet there, you know? Imagine being quarantined with the person you're paying to get the fuck away from. And then during the divorce, I went to Florida, right? Well, it was uncomfortable. Because like we were separated in the same house. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where I had to move out and live in the other room. Then I'm like, fuck this. I'm just gonna go to Florida and sleep on my mother's couch. Well, I wanted to be with a woman that actually loved me. And then COVID hit, and I tell you, you couldn't have been in a better state for COVID. Yeah, Florida gave 0 fucks. Well, you watched the news. Well, they cared for like 14 days. You know, because that's what the news told us. You know, 14 days, we're gonna bend the curve or whatever it was, and then 2 years later, rest of America's in hazmat suits. After 14 days. Florida's like, okay, time's up. We're going back to eating ass in the middle of the street. Because that's what we do. And that's another reason why I went down there. Was to eat ass. But listen, I'm no doctor, but I think that's why I beat COVID 3 times. Is ass eating. I'm not gonna downplay it though. Like I can see if you're not healthy, how it could fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I would say the worst part about getting COVID is when you have to call your friends and break the news to them, like you gave them an STD, right? You feel dirty. You're like, yo, dog, you might need to go see a doctor. And then they're like, for what? I'm like, I just popped for COVID. They're like, motherfucker, like, why don't you wear a mask? I'm like, you didn't wear a mask either. Don't put that shit on me. Like, how do I know you didn't give it to me, you know? It becomes the same conversation. I can see some of you have had STDs, so. No, but you know, and I also want to clear my head, you know, because when you get out of a divorce, it's weird. It's like the first month is tough, right? Because you've been with somebody for so long. You're like, you know, what am I gonna do? Then after you get clarity, you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, what? You know, because you think of all the money you lost, and as a man, all the pussy you turned down, right? Being a pussy. Like, oh, I'm married, like a little bitch. Like, I remember when I got my divorce papers, my first thought was, damn, I should have fucked that chubby girl in Iowa. What a waste. But the truth of the matter is, you know, you don't fuck everything. And you're 15 years older. That's the other thing. Now, because when you get out of a long-term relationship, you start resorting back to what you did before you were married. Like I'm hanging out in nightclubs. I'm old, man. Like, I'm the old guy in the nightclub, the guy I used to make fun of when I was 25. Like, remember you were 25, there was that old motherfucker that was just standing there like, you know, it's me. You could always spot that dude back in the day because they dressed in what they wore when they were clubbing. You know, he would have like a butterfly collar on, the zip-up leather boots. He's dancing like this. You're like, look at this asshole. Like, I couldn't wear today what I wore back in the day. I was such a Guido back in the day. Like, you know, when I was clubbing in the 90s. Like I don't know, if you're over 35, remember that one asshole in the club with just a vest on? Remember that dick? Like, who goes out with just a vest? Like, what are you, Aladdin? I have my Timbs on, my work boots. So like, what? Like, what is this guy gonna fly carpets or lay tile? Yeah, I'm too old to be in the club, man. It's a 20-person's place to be. You know, if you're a certain age, you don't belong there. You know, like you're old when you get mad when you can't hear people. You know what I mean? Like, like they're talking to you, you're like, what? What? You know, and then young dudes are young dudes, so they get all riled up. They got all that testosterone going. I had a young dude try and fight me. It's like, no. Yeah. First of all, I'm 50. Like, even if I win, I lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all old and shit. He's like, yo, you got a problem? I'm like, yeah. My shoulder hurts. The fucking... the music's loud, you know? And that's the beautiful thing. You could disarm them. The minute you tell them your age, it disarms them, right? So I'm like, dude, relax. I'm 50. And he's like... My dad's 47. Like... He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, it's a long story, young man. Sit down and... Let me tell you about it. The good news is, though, like, I got old man game. Like, I know how to spit, I know how to talk. Young dudes, you guys suck, man. Well, they don't have the skill because they're all on the apps, right? They just sit there and swipe. They don't even have to talk. They just go, meet up, clip. You know what I mean? Come back. It's a lot, talking to girls is an art form, which is lost on the young dudes. Like, like they don't know how to lie. You know what I mean? Well, as an older comic, you're always around younger comics, so like we all intermingle. And this one kid I hang with, he's always on the apps, right? And we were out one night, there was a group of girls. I'm like, yo, come wing me, man. Let's go talk to these girls. And he was just like, duh, duh, like no fucking game at all. Just went right back to the apps. Dude, are you kidding me? I couldn't even, first of all, I don't even know how to work a phone. I can't do the dating apps. They have apps for everything. They even have apps for threesomes. Yeah. I forgot what it's called. No, there's girls just waiting to be a third, And I like, do you kids know how hard it was to work a threesome in the mid-90s? Do you know the skill it took to walk into a club or a bar where you didn't know anybody and convince some strong 8 to go home with some weak 6 she didn't know? With just a vest on? Do you understand? But it's bittersweet. Like, I got the old man game. Like, I know how to talk, but then, like, when you go to get the number, you're just like, all old and shit. You're like, come here, baby. Let me get your number real quick. Right? You turn it to De Niro, you're like... She's like, what are you trying to take, a selfie? I'm like, here, just put your fucking number in the phone. She showed me how to save it. I'm gonna put this here, don't steal it, all right? Yeah. It sucks, man, when you get older. Your eyes don't work like they used to. Your dick, not the same dick. Hey, it's not the same dick I was working with 15 years ago. It sucks. Once you hit 40, your dick starts acting up, man. This is what you gotta look forward to, young dudes. 40, your dick starts acting up. It's not dependable anymore. Like, you don't know who's gonna show up, you know what I mean? It starts being a dick. Mine started when I never had problems when I was drinking when I was younger. When I hit 40, then I was starting to have problems when I was drinking. You know what I mean? Because when you're younger, you can metabolize anything. Like when I was 25, I could drink whiskey, have sex all night. Yeah, now I get White Claw dick. I'm like, yo, why isn't this fucking thing working? It's not even real alcohol. It said hard seltzer, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Every dude over 40 thinks he's 25 in his head. Until you start doing 25-year-old people shit. Like eating after 9. Or trying to have sex with some young girl. Because she's waiting for you, right? And you're expecting 25-year-old dick to show up. Gone. Well, he's still there. He's just on his own time. Like he'll give you hope. He'll come out every now and then, but it's like between the hours of 1 and 3 in the afternoon. You have to be rested. Haven't eaten yet. Then he's just like, what's up? I'm like, yo, where the fuck have you been, dog? He's like, what'd I miss? I'm like, motherfucker, you missed everything. You got me in this situation. Because that's the worst when you're ready to go and you're waiting on 25-year-old dick to show up. Then over 40 dick shows up. And he's just like, hey. Is that her? Yeah, she's cute, man. You hungry? You want to go eat? Like he's all practical and shit, you know? He's like, if we leave now, we could beat traffic. I'm like, you know what? You're right, over 40 dick. What the fuck was I thinking? But thank God they got pills for that shit, man. I started taking those. I had to. I didn't know what to take in the beginning, but I went to my go-to friend. Like, you ever have that one friend that just knows everything about drugs? Yeah. I have a buddy of mine, he can't even fucking read, but he can get a Nobel Prize in chemistry. He knows everything about, like, steroids, cocaine, makes his own weed. So I went to him, I said, dude, what do you take? He's like, here, take this, right? And this guy's been doing blow since he was 12. So he gave me his dose. I almost died. I don't know what I took. I was all bloated and shit and purple. I looked like the chick from Willy Wonka that chewed the gum. That's the other thing that sucks, too, is when your support group are a bunch of fucking scumbags. All my friends are pieces of shit. I love them. But, whatever. Well, ex-felons. They own strip clubs. Well, they're Italian from New York, so, do the math. So anyways, my friends own a lot of strip clubs, getting to the point, all right? Yeah, so that was when I got out of the marriage. They were trying to get me. They're like, yo, this is their way of cheering me up. They're like, yo, come hang out at the strip club. We'll get your fucking mind off everything. And, and when you get out, everything's a good idea. Then I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. It's not. Okay? Listen, if life's going good, strip clubs are fun. But when you're fucking losing everything, it's depressing. Right? Because you're standing there and, and it just hits you at once. You're like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, I had a wife and a home and a Yorkie, right? And now you have strippers circling you because they can sense you're weak. Which, that's the stripper gift, by the way. They know. They sense it on you. They come up to you like, oh, you need cheering up. I'm like, I guess, right? You got no swag. Then they're like, come with me, Poppy. And they take you to the VIP room. By the way, that's the male walk of shame. Right? When you're losing everything and they're walking you like a toddler to the VIP room. And then they sit you down and they're rubbing on you and shit, right? And you're talking to them like they actually give a fuck. You're like, so you like working here? Like, it's a cash business. Are you like incorporated? Do you pay yourself? I mean, it seems pretty lucrative. And then they're like, I don't understand. Then you're like, oh, so Gemini, is that a family name? And they try to hustle you. Like, this chick tried to hustle me. She's like, give me $700, I make you happy. I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna pay for sex, all right? I'm not married anymore. Plus, I can't come in one song. That's a lot of pressure. I don't even know if my shit's gonna work. I had 2 White Claws. But the first chick I hooked up with after I got married, you know, first chick I hooked up with after my wife was a stripper, was a dancer chick. And that's when I realized that that's my lane. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up normal. I tried to be normal married. I grew up in too much dysfunction. That's why I love dysfunctional women, man. Like if you have tattoos, daddy issues, how you doing? Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I would have fucked the hell out of Amber Heard. Was anybody else turned on by this crazy bitch? Hell yeah. I was watching that trial, like going, so you're gonna hit me with a bottle and shit in my bed? I usually pay extra for that. So anyways, I go back to the stripper's apartment, right? And she felt bad for me. Then I got to her place, I felt bad for her. Well, I don't know if you've ever been in a stripper apartment. I've been in a few. They're always a mess, right? They're never organized. There's like clothes everywhere. Right? They never have any furniture. Well, everything's always in storage. Like they're always living out of storage units, right? Like I walked in, there was just a mattress in the middle of the floor and then a nightstand. And then on top of the nightstand was like a picture of the kid she's been trying to get back. You know what? Fuck you people. Don't turn on me. See, this is New York. Old New York, I would have got a fucking applause break on that. Oh. Don't turn on me. I'm not the unfit mother, okay? I'm the hero in this story. That's the other thing. All these strippers live for their kids, but none of them know where their fucking kid lives. Comes in like, what are we just gonna clip right here on the mattress? Like, isn't there a child? Yeah, but she's like, oh, he's not here. I'm like, well, where is he? In storage? She's like, you know, I have no idea, but he's my everything, you know? And the kid's staring at you in the picture. Then I gotta cheer her up, right? I'm like, well, I'm sure he's happy wherever he is. And he's a good-looking kid. You did well. He's got a nice head of hair. He's a handsome kid. And she's like, thank you. And they're never the same age in real life that they are in the picture. She's like, yeah, he's 25 now. You're like, I'm like, I don't think you're getting him back. I think the fucking kid moved on. I also noticed another phenomenon, okay? And it has to deal with the younger girls. Like, you girls are clipping at a high level of filth that I have never experienced in all my years of clipping, all right? And I've been clipping since 1988. It's next level shit, man. And I have a theory on it, so that must mean it's true. No, I think it's porn. I think that, you know, porn's easy to watch now, so a lot of kids are growing up on it, you know? It's not a process to get. Like, you know, back in the day, you had to rent that shit. Like, now you can just log on, be weird. Nobody's gonna fucking judge you. No, it was a process. We had to rent porn. I'm going back to the VCR days. That's how long I've been watching that filth. It was a process you didn't want to go through, right? Because back in the day, kids, they had a thing called video stores. And not Blockbuster Video Family Fun. These were Skell video stores. They didn't even have a name. It just said video on it, and it was in a strip mall, right? And you'd walk in the video store, and there was a curtain. And behind the curtain was all the filth. And you had to pretend you were there for an actual movie. You're like, oh, I haven't seen Short Circuit in a while. And then you just sneak behind the curtain. And there was all these, like, fucking weird middle-aged white dudes in cargo shorts watching you, and, like, you know, they're watching you trying to pick a movie, which would, you know, you just feel uncomfortable, so you just grab anything, get the fuck out, and then you grab 2 other movies, a sandwich in between it, like, so nobody can see it. And then to check out, you play with the candy till the dude's available. Well, you don't want to bring it to the girl, you know? I'm saying I'm a fucking gentleman, you know what I'm saying? So you give it to the guy, and then he's like, okay, well, Police Academy 4, boop. Anal cum guzzling whores 8. Rocky 3. Then you're like, I like all the sequels. You know what I mean? Then you would go home, and you'd wait for your mom to leave, then you'd stick it in the VCR, and then you beat yourself up. Now, the other thing, too, is your friends would rent videos, too, as well, so, right? So now you have 3 days to return it. So you would exchange videos with your friends, but that used to suck if they didn't rewind it, because now you saw where they came, and it just ruined the whole movie. You're like, I can't watch this scene. So now, there was this one chick I was dating for a while, young girl, but fucking next level crazy. All right, well, she was one of those nerd girls that like dress up like superheroes or whatever and go to San Diego, you know what I mean? Right? Because she was all into that fantasy shit, the fucking, the Harry the Wizard kid. You know what I'm talking about? She was all, you know the kid with the thing on his head? Dude, I went to her apartment. She was fucking... There was pictures of her dressed as a wizard and shit. And she had tattoos of like whatever, the fucking Hagendorts or whatever it is. And I knew she was nuts, right? Because I would choke her. But she would just stare at me like all dead-eyed, right? Then I'm like, yeah, you like this? She's just like... Like, I knew she'd seen some shit, right? So I asked her, I said, you know, what are you into? Like, what do you want me to do? And she's like, you really want to know? Then I'm like, yeah. She's like, I want you to hold me down and hit me and take it. And I'm thinking, she basically wanted me to commit a felony. And I told her, I said, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I can. I don't know if I want to. Not today's day and age, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she could say anything. Like I don't want to go to jail because fucking Courtney can't come like a normal person. By the way, that's the fundamental difference between men and women. This is why women are smarter, because you operate more cautiously. Like, you might meet a guy, he might be into that, but you don't really know him. He might be a red flag, but you'll be like, you know what? That sounds fun, but let me get to know you, and maybe we can play later, you know, explore that world. As a man, you're like, all right, she could say anything. No one will believe me. I could lose a job, go to jail. But yeah, we can make this work. So I told her, I said, listen, Courtney, if you want me to do all that, then you need to sign this paper, right? And I drew up a consent form, and we're gonna do it in a public place, right? No, for real, I'm not gonna do it at my house. She can fucking say anything. I made her sign it, you know what I mean? Oh, God. So I took her to a cafe, and I filmed it. I'm dead serious. I was like, all right, I'm sitting here with Courtney. I'm like, say hi, Courtney. She's like, hi. I'm like, all right, Courtney's into some fucked up shit. I said, all right, Courtney, first of all, you're not here under duress, right? You're here under your own recognizance. And she's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, I don't know what that means either, Courtney. I just... I watch a lot of Law and Order type shows. I said, it means I'm not making you do this. And she's like, absolutely not. I said, okay. Now tell the camera what it is you want me to do and be specific. And she's like, I want you to beat the shit out of me. I get off on bruises. And then I'm like, okay. You gotta be more specific. Now, beat you up, like what are we talking? Like Rocky 1, where you end up in the hospital? Or like Rocky 4, where you're like all fucked up and you can't talk anymore? And she's like, I've never seen Rocky. Then I'm like, you saw the Harry the Wizards and you never saw Rocky. I'm like, I'm really gonna beat the shit out of you for that one, Courtney. I said, give me a movie, tell me a movie. And she told me the Shades of Grey. That's what she was into, which a lot of women are into, even older ones, you know. They are. I mean, it was a #1 book and movie for a reason, and it wasn't dudes going to see that shit. But let's be honest. If the guy doesn't have $500 million, it's a different movie. Now it's on Lifetime. Like, this guy was some fucking broke busboy beating bitches up in the basement. Now he's a predator. But if he has $500 million, like, ooh, that's hot. That's sexy. It's not the money, it's the power dynamic. Like, fuck out of here. So anyways, this is what she wanted me to do. She wanted me to build in my garage a wooden X, right? And tie her to it. And now I'm thinking, like, I gotta go to Home Depot now to fuck? So, I'm buying 2x4s and shit. Here's the other thing, when you're buying lumber at Home Depot, they don't leave you alone. They come up to you like, hey, pal, what kind of project are you working on? I'm like, you know how to build a wooden X? He's like, Courtney's coming over. I'm like, oh, we know her. Here, follow me. You might want to grab some bike locks and change. She's really into that. So anyways, I hired a couple Mexicans. They built it for me. So I have her tied up in the garage, right? And it was hot. And I don't mean like sexy hot, like summertime. I was sweating and shit, you know, and she's sitting there. She's like, you gonna hit me, motherfucker? I'm like, what are you, a demon? Just wanna buy you ice cream. She's like, come on, hit me. So I'm like, here. Psh. She's like, oh, you hit like a bitch. That's why your wife left you. Then I went, fuck you. I beat the shit out of Courtney. Consensually. Well, how the fuck you never seen Rocky? I hit her for every Rocky she missed. Except for 5. We could all miss 5. That Tommy Gunn shit was garbage. But she caught 2 for Creed. Because it was acceptable in the franchise. Then I just cut her down. It was weird. I'm like, go home. Well, now I start lecturing her. You know what, Courtney? You need to reassess your decisions in life. Just grab your wizard shit and get the fuck out. Then you sit there and you're like, what am I doing, man? Well, see, listen, when you get married, nobody gets married and plans on getting divorced, okay? Especially dudes. We don't even want to get married, right? We don't think about it. We don't fantasize. Like, we're not little boys going, I wonder what my wife's gonna look like. Like, we don't fucking care. We just go through life clipping, and then one day you meet a girl, and it might be the girl, you might like her, and then you start thinking to yourself, is this the one? You know what I mean? And then you start weighing out risk versus reward, and so that's why when we ask you to marry us, we really thought it through. And also know we really wanted to marry you. Or you were pregnant, one or the other. You know? And he did the right thing, you know what I mean? So there's a lot expected of us in marriage, right? So before we ask you to marry us, we have a list, a very serious list. I don't even know if women have a list, and if you do, I'm willing to compare and contrast the seriousness of the list. All right? So number 1, before a man asks you to marry him, he asks himself right out the gate, is this the woman you die for, right? Like if the house is on fire, is this the one you're gonna run in and save? If there's an intruder in the house, you're gonna put her in the closet as you tackle that motherfucker, get your head blown off, right? So yeah, is that on your list, ladies? Fuck no. You know what's number 1 on your list? Well, if he dies, does he have life insurance to take care of the family? You should. That's the way it should be. Yes. That's our job. To protect and die. That's what we do. We live to die. Plus, you know good and well, if the house is on fire and you made it out and he didn't, and he's upstairs screaming like a little bitch, you're gonna lose a little respect for him. All right? if you're on the lawn and he's upstairs going, somebody help! You'll be like, ew, how did I get out before him? This guy's got no survival skills. He's like, help, it burns! Then you start asking other dudes to run in there and go get him. You're like, excuse me, sir, could you run in there and go get this fucking idiot? And he's like, help! And then you start wifing out. You're like, you know what? I told you to change the batteries in the smoke detector, but you didn't want to listen. And he's like, fuck it, let me burn. And he fucking dies. And you get a check. Which leads us to number 2 on the list. We ask ourselves as men, is this the woman you want to give everything to, right? Not in divorce, but in life, right? To provide, right? And that's what we want to do. We love to work, right? I mean, our fantasy is to get that job where you take care of everybody, right? Take the stress on life. We statistically die 5 years before you, right? And again, every man's fantasy to get that one job where you take care of everybody. Because men love to work. And I'm not saying women don't like to work. But according to Google, almost 50% of you would opt out if given a choice. Plus, you know, too, when you see women brag about being independent, it kind of lets you know that how you view us, you know? It's always about provisions. Like, you ever see a woman like, I'm an independent woman. I pay my own bills. I got my own car. I got my own rent. Well, yeah, you're an adult. Why are you bragging about being an adult? Then you go to number 3 on the list, right? It's a short list. It's a man's list. This is all it is. You ask yourselves, is this the last girl you're ever gonna clip? That's it. You're done. No more vagine. No, for real. No more vagine. It's done. You gotta retire your dick. It's over. Then you're like... So wait a minute. So dying isn't good enough. That can't cancel that out. Okay. And we make that sacrifice. We retire our dicks. And you're hanging in the rafters, right? And you call a press conference. You start thinking all those strong 5s and weak 6s you've been clipping throughout your career. Then the next thing you know, you're fucking 50, sleeping on your mother's couch. Hanging out in strip clubs, negotiating hand jobs in VIP rooms. With 22-year-old strippers with 25-year-old kids. Going, how the fuck did I get here? But I would do it again. I would get married again. I would marry her again, even if I knew it wasn't gonna fucking work out. Plus the fact, women, you do make us better people. You know, like she rubbed off on me. I was a fucking savage before I got married. And I was telling you, married men die 5 years before you, but single men die 7 years on the average. Because there's no woman there going, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? If we're left to our own devices, like me, man. Like, I love to gamble, man. I love to gamble. Like, I love it so much, I gave it up for Lent. All right? But I, you know, being around her made me a better person. So I was playing craps at Mandalay Bay. That's my game, you know. And I win. I don't lose. Right? And I mean, I'm on a roll, man. And I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of hookers in Vegas, right? So as I'm playing, I see this girl staring at me at the end of the table. And obviously she's working, but she looked really young. Right? And now, you know, as I'm looking at her going, what is this girl doing? Like, you know, she's a young girl. So I see her eyeing me. I grab my winnings and I go to the bar because I figured she couldn't follow me. So she follows me to the bar, right? So she puts up next to me, like ponies up, and then I look at her, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, you know, and she's like, you know what I'm doing. I said, well, first of all, how old are you? She goes, I'm 21. I'm like, get out of here. Let me see your license, right? It was a real license. It wasn't a fugazi. Okay? Well, I used to make them. Right? But then I start lecturing her. Right? I'm like, what do you know? She had a kid, obviously. Right? I'm like, what are you doing? You're too young to do this. You got to rethink everything because there's some things in life you can't take back. But then I was like, well, how much do you charge? And she said 500. And I'm like, that's it? So I had a chip. And I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this chip. Go home. Think about everything. Right? And she's like, I make 515 minutes. And I'm like, well, fuck you then. Right? So I grab my stuff. I start walking out. And then a dude grabs me. It was a cop. And he's like, stay right there. And I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything, man, right? And then she starts walking over. And then I'm like, oh, shit, right? And so she walks over and she hands me a card. She was a cop, right? Then I'm like, you're a cop? Then I'm like, how old are you? She's like 29. I'm like, oh, you look good for your age, But she was like, that's one of the sweetest things any guy's ever done for me, when I've been on Vice for this many years. And I was this close. To asking you to pee on me. The moral of the story is, I didn't go to jail, and I got a phone number. But she had to put it in the phone for me, because, But I'm more centered now. I'm not all over the place, When I first got out, I was everywhere. Like young girls, old. I'm 35 and up. That's the age I'm at, Because it's a good age. Women, you're young enough to have fun, but you're also old enough to where we could eat Raisin Bran and go to bed. And that's always a strong night. Listen, that's why I tell people, if you're in a long-term relationship, just stay. Where are you gonna go? Right? You're gonna end up in a long one again. It's gonna run stale. Because that's why everybody thinks that it's a red flag. Like when you're with somebody for a while, they think it's a red flag that the fire's gone. Of course it's gone. All right? You can never get that back. Because it's always fun in the beginning. It's new, right? It's exciting. We clip all the time. Right? When you're first dating, you'll be at a house party, you pull her in the bathroom, clip her on the sink. Right? You both walk out, all fucking suspect, like, Or you'll be driving home, and she'll take your root out for no reason and start blazing you up, like a strong, independent woman. And you're like, yo, this girl's great, man, right? And we can't wait to hang out. All we do is spend all of our free time together, and we're sleeping at each other's places, and then finally you're like, you know what, let's move in together. And we move in together, but then that's when we become human. That's when we become vulnerable. We see each other at our worst. Like women, you'll come home and see your fat fucking husband sleeping on the couch with his belly out, snoring, and then you're like, ew, who is that, right? Or ladies will wake up next to you and we see what you really look like. Right? Your face is all swollen, your breath is stank. And you're like, who is that? Or women, you'll do the laundry and discover our boxer shorts for the first time with our trademarks in it, and you're like, what? How old is he? He doesn't know how to wipe his ass? This is disgusting. Or we'll do the laundry and discover whatever the fuck is going on in your underwear. Remember that first discovery? You're like, what is that? Like, did she blow her nose in this fucking thing? Was she on Nickelodeon and didn't know the answers? You ever smell it? You're like, it doesn't really stink. You're fucking playing with it. It sticks on the wall. But it's hard. It's hard to get the fire back, man. Like, I can't tell you how many romantic evenings me and my ex-wife planned that we would end up ruining just by, like, overeating or, such a couple thing to do. Like, I remember one time I was on the road for like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. And I realized, I'm like, we hadn't clipped in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, right? So I'm home that weekend. I'm like, babe, we haven't clipped in like 2 weeks. She's like, oh my God, you're right. Then I'm like, well, listen, I'm home tonight. Let's, this weekend, let's get fucking stupid. She's like, okay. I'm like, I'll make a reservation at the new Italian restaurant that just opened up. We'll have a nice romantic dinner, right? We'll go to a club maybe later. We'll get hammered, come back, fuck like savages. She's like, and I'm like, here's my credit card. Go shop and get yourself a nice outfit. Make yourself presentable way daddy likes it. She's like, Then they go shopping, right? They buy that whore dress, right? And it's for you. The titties are out, ass, everything, right? You're opening the car door, staring at her ass. You get in the car, you're driving to the restaurant, you're still flirting with her. You're like, babe, I forgot how hot you are. She's like, then I'm like, come here, let me see what you got going on, right? You start playing with her, and she's like, I'm like, oh, you're not wearing any underwear. You're a dirty little girl. She's like, I'm filthy. I'm like, let me see your titties, right? You try to play with her titties. She's like, stop, you're gonna ruin the dress. Then I'm like, come here, baby. You grab her by her hair. And you're like, you fucking filthy bitch. I feel you judging again. Listen. Some couples are into that, okay? You can stick to your little bitch-ass missionary, whatever the fuck you do. So now you get to the restaurant, right? You order a bottle of wine. You're still flirting with her. You're like, babe, when I get you home, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your pussy. She's like, yeah, it needs to get beat up. I said, yeah. I'm gonna destroy your vagine. She's like, my vagine needs to get destroyed. I said, yeah, it does. She's like, you know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm like, what are you gonna do to me? And then they bring the bread. And then right away, you're both like, oh shit, is that fresh bread? And, and you smell the bread, right? It just came out of the oven. You're like, babe, I think this just came out of the oven. And you check the temperature with the back of your hand. You're like, babe, we gotta have a slice. We can't waste this. It's a sin, right? You call the server over, like, excuse me, sir, can I get a little gravy, a little marinara, dip the bread in? Fucking 3 loaves later, we power through the appetizers. Barely finished the entrees, 2 bites of the dessert, and now we're driving home, right? We're skipping the club, and we're both quiet, right? Because we both have to shit, right? Hey, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but women, you can hold your shit in better than us. Google it, for real. Because when you're pregnant, you hold more shit, and I think your assholes are closer or something. I don't want to confuse you people with my medical terms. No, so we don't know. Like, you're just sitting there all cute. We have no idea you have to go. Because men suck, right? You're perched up, you're sweating. It's turtling, it's trying to get out. You're like, why the fuck did I eat all that butter? Then the Viagra starts kicking in, your dick starts getting harder. You're like, not now, man! Then you're like, how the fuck do I get out of this? And the only way we know, ladies, that you have to go to the bathroom is your stomach will rat you out. Right? It makes that weird, you ever that weird, like, diarrhea death gurgle? It's like an inside fart. I don't even know what's going on. Like, they just sit there all cute, then you just hear, like... And women are like, that's weird. I don't know what that was. And we're like, oh, thank God she's got a shit too, right? Then as soon as you pull in the garage, she gets out right away. She's like, I'm gonna go freshen up in the guest bathroom. And as soon as she closes the door, you just hear her crop dust in the living room. And then that's my cue to crop dust the garage. But I don't want the farts to follow me in the house. I don't know if anybody has this problem. Like, my farts are codependent. So what I do is I develop this technique. I cut the tail. You can use it. So what I'll do is I'll drop ass, right? I'll be like, and then I just fucking spin around real quick and I back in. Listen, it works. Well, it confuses the fart, right? Because the fart comes out, he's like, where is he? And by that that time you got him in a tizzy, right? Then as soon as I get in the house, I know she's doing her thing in the guest bathroom because I can hear the sink on, which I think that's cute too. I just picture you ladies just sitting there pinching one out with the sink on, like. By the way, it doesn't work. We hear everything. It just sounds like you're lighting fireworks with the fucking sink on. Then I go in our bathroom, I blow that up, you know, and then I shower, because I always shower after I shit, because I'm a clean gentleman. I do, man. I get my nails buffed, trim, everything too, you know. I get out of the shower, do a couple curls, get a nice pump, put the cologne on. And I know it's gonna be a while because I still hear the sink on, so I lay in bed and I wait for her. And then I start falling asleep because I'm full, you know, and you just start nodding off. And I don't know how long I've been sleeping, but I wake up because I feel her in the doorway. Or she's ready to go. Got the lingerie on, but she has a look on her face like she just went to war. Right? She's staring at you like, you know, like, I'm only doing this for you. Then you're like, baby, do me a favor, take that off. We're not gonna have sex tonight. Who knows what happens if we get on top of each other? And she's like, thank God. Then they get comfortable, put your t-shirt on, lay down next to you in bed, and now you're both out of breath from eating and shitting. And then you start talking about the meal. You're like, babe, how good was that oregano tonight, huh? She's like, it was amazing. I can't believe that restaurant opened down the street from us. That's gonna be our new place. I'm like, yeah, it's a great place. And she's like, you know who'd like it is your mom. Like, when she comes to town, we should take her there. And you're connected. You're family. You're one. It's a beautiful moment. And you're staring at each other and you're like, sweetheart. She's like, what? I'm like, did you bring home any of that bread? You know I did. And then you reheat everything and you fucking eat again. You cherish those moments, okay? It's 10 times better than beating up a wizard in your garage. I wanted what my grandparents had, man. You know, I was very fortunate that my grandparents were the World War II generation, because they were married for like 60 years, you know. They stayed together. That generation, they just stuck it out. I feel bad for the young people that you never really got to experience them, you know. They look like shit back then, though. Maybe, right? Maybe that's why. You ever notice how fucked up people look back then? Right? Everybody looked old as fuck, man. Right? Like my family came in the 30s. You know, anybody have those immigrant photos on your wall? Everybody's all fucked up looking. Like they're all like, and you're like, how old's Nanny in this picture? My mom's like 19. You're like, why does she have gray hair? She looks like Ric Flair. See, grandmas look good today. I'd clip a grandma today. You know what I mean? You know, they got fake titties, yoga pants. Our grandmas didn't look like that. They had one outfit and one shape. And our grandfathers, my grandfather, dude, those guys were men, man. I mean, they fought in wars. They were always in suits. There's not a picture of my grandfather not in a suit. My favorite picture, he's in a triple-breasted white suit, a fedora, and a cigar, and he's like fucking 14. He's like a 14-year-old man, and his jerk-off grandson is on stage with a fucking shiny chain and a black t-shirt. He would stab me. That's the other thing, too. Every old guy of that generation had killed somebody. Every old dude in my family fucking took a life, whether it was in the war or in the streets. They were very stoic men. I remember my grandfather, like, he knew he was gonna die, but he wasn't sick. I don't know, it was weird. He's like, I guess the shot clock went off. I don't know. But he called me in the bedroom one time. He's like, get in here. And he goes, sit down. And he's like, look, I don't think I'm gonna be around much longer. And I'm like, why? You ain't going anywhere. He's like, shut the fuck up and listen. You gotta promise me if something happens to me or when I go, you take care of your grandmother and your mother. I said, absolutely. Then he opened the drawer and took out a Ruger 9mm. And he said, if anybody fucks with your mother, your grandmother, you use this gun, okay? I took it off a dead Nazi. They can't trace it. I'm like, you know I'm 10, right? Like you know I'm gonna show this and point this at everybody I know. And I did take care of my grandmother. You know, she lived at 97. My grandfather obviously died before her. You know, and I also figured out why we died. We're tired of getting bitched at. And he just tapped out. He's like, fuck this, I'm out. Well, I felt bad for him, man, because, you know, he cheated on her when they were younger, and she took him back, and it never went away. Fucking up, poor guy. Because he was, you know, he just would sit in a chair all day. He never wanted to do anything. My grandmother had all this energy. She's like, let's go to the movies. He's like, I don't feel like going to the movies. She's like, well, I didn't feel like you fucking that flapper back in 1930s. He's like, God damn it. Get your shaw. You know, I was fighting overseas. Doesn't that count for anything? And they were frugal, right? Because they were all immigrants, man. They never threw anything out, you know? My grandma would wash Ziploc bags. Anybody's grandma do that shit? Right? They would wash them and then turn them inside out to dry. Dude, I bought her Ziploc bags for the goof for Christmas, right? For the laugh. You would have thought I got her a fucking car. She's showing it. Ooh, look what he bought. And I'm like, it's a joke. Fucking any food container became Tupperware. My grandma would send you home with a Cool Whip container with meatballs. And then people would return it. They wouldn't even throw it away. Right? Like, you come back, there's a Cool Whip container empty with a note on the stoop, you know, thanks for the meatballs, they were delicious. And those things last, man. I don't know how long we had one in our family, but, and you only, well, they would wash it, right? First of all, it's pink inside, it's stained, you can't get the stain out. But it's been washed so much, it's all white. There's just a little blue left that lets you know it was a Cool Whip container. I bought her a dishwasher, because she would always wash dishes by hand, you know? And I said, Nanny, what are you doing? So I started making little money. I bought her a dishwasher. She's like, I don't need it. And she never used it. Well, she did, but for, like, storage. I remember I started washing dishes one time. I'm like, Nanny, use the dishwasher. I open the dishwasher, there's bread in there, shopping bags. But she lived a long time because we never forgot about her, you know? And if your grandma's around, don't forget about them, all right? When you gonna put them in a home, you fucking pagan, godless animal. I'd pick her up once a week, at least. And by the way, they look forward to it. If your grandma is going to lunch, they dress up for it. You ever see them dress up in like that cheap-ass grandma going out shit they think looks nice? Right? Everything's just polyester. It's like one outfit, and it's itchy. Old people love itchy shit, man. My grandma had this blanket she tried to cover you with. It was awful. You're like, get it off me, right? It was so bad that me and my little brother, we would play Madden, and if you lost, you had to wrap yourself in the fucking itchy blanket. But if you're gonna take her to lunch, you gotta get there early, okay? Because they don't answer the door. Because the TV's loud and shit. You know, like you're banging on the door. You're like, Nanny, open the door. All you hear is, this week on the Hallmark Network. And then you gotta break in, and she's sitting in the chair wrapped in the itchy blanket. She's like, ooh, I didn't hear you come in. I'm like, yeah, the goddamn TV's loud. Cut it off. Come on, let's go to lunch. You could take them anywhere. You know, they don't care. They like all chains, like little chains and shit. Like Friendlies or Denny's, you know. But like, I'd take her to a nice place to her. I'd be like, hey, Nanny, I'm gonna take you to the Cheesecake Factory. She's like, ooh, fancy. And they use old lady terms you don't hear anymore. She's like, let me put my face on, right? And then she goes in the other room. That means makeup. Then they come out 2 minutes later, just fucking red everywhere on the lips. They put their grandma jewelry on, right? Shit they don't make anymore, like a brooch. Like she came out, she had this ruby crusted spider on her shoulder. I'm like, Nanny, what the fuck is on your shoulder? She's like, isn't it beautiful? Your grandfather gave this to me after he fucked that whore back in 19... I'm like, Nanny, you gotta let it go. Everybody's dead. And they put their grandma perfume on. That shit's strong. You ever smell grandma perfume? That Avon shit, whatever they wore? And it like burns your nose. I'm like, why is my nose burning and smelling roses at the same time? Not my grandfather. He had an old man scent. All right, all the old dudes back then smelled like the same thing. It was like Brute, Scotch, cigars, and gasoline. He always smelled like gasoline, man. He was always fixing shit. Little side story in this story. He used to clean his tools with gasoline, right? And smoke a cigar at the same time. And never blew himself up. Then they grabbed your little grandma purse, that big ass fake leather white grandma purse, right? All their grandma shit's in there. But it ain't for them, it's for you, right? Like in case you get a headache. They have those aspirins. I don't know if you remember those aspirins in the canister. You know, the thing you'd sell coke in? I used to make my grandmother save them for me. She'd give them to me. She's like, here you go, what are you using these for? I'm like, don't worry about it, Nanny. Just, you know, that's how I got your dishwasher. Just don't worry about it. They have individual Kleenex boxes. Brand new, unopened, ready, waiting for you to sniff. Right? The clear package. You ever see those? And by the way, just sniff. They live for that moment. Right? Just, even if you don't have a cold, just go. They're like, do you have a cold? I'm like, yeah. She's like, here, take this. I got 78 more. Not my grandfather. He had a handkerchief. Now, young dudes, you may not know this, but old dudes used to walk around with a rag of snot in their pocket for like 2 weeks. It was fucking disgusting. You would never want to sniff in front of them. Because they'll be like, here, wipe your face, and they throw it at you. You got to move. It'll cut your cheek. It's got oil on it. And they have their hard candies. Grandmas love hard candy. I don't know at what age, women, you start hoarding hard candy. I'm thinking it's 75, maybe, where you just start collecting hard candies. And she's offering you candy, all the shitty ones. You know, I got a Werther's. You want a Werther's? I'm like, nah, Nanny, I'm good. Neckos, you like Neckos? I'm like, I don't even know what that is, Nanny. I got the light blue ones in the clear wrapper that tastes like mouthwash. You're like, what are you, Willy Wonka? How much candy you got? I got the little strawberry ones that look like strawberries in the strawberry wrapper. And you're like, I'll take those, you know? Then you get to the restaurant, she's walking all slow. They're all little and shit. You know, she's just shuffling. She's got eight sweaters on. She's just shuffling, saying hi to everybody. Oh, hey, how are ya? You know. Then you sit them down, you push them in the chair, and I give her the menu. I'm like, Nanny, get whatever you want. She's like, ooh, somebody won the lottery. And it doesn't cost much to feed them, okay? They don't eat shit. It's like $6. Well, they always get the special, right? It's like a half a sandwich and a soup, and they won't even finish that. She's like, can I get this to go? I'm like, really, Nanny? You're taking home a half of a sandwich? And I'll buy you a new one. She's like, no, it's plenty. And it is. It'll last her all week. Right? They'll break the sandwich out, nibble on it, and put it back in the dishwasher. Then I would sit there and listen to her stories, man. And they repeat themselves, so it's like Groundhog Day. You know, it's all the same stories, how she grew up, came here from Italy, grew up in Hell's Kitchen, and, you know, and you're just sitting there going, yeah, you know, and I would do anything to hear those stories again, you know, and she looks at me, she goes, you know, you're such a good grandson. I'm like, yeah, fuck the other two. And you get the check, and she's like, are we gonna leave? I'm like, yeah. We're gonna leave? I'm like, yeah. We're gonna go home? I'm like, what are you, fucking Rain Man? Yeah, we're gonna go. And she's like, okay. And then she starts stealing everything. This little old lady that goes to church during the week breaks out the Ziploc bag and starts housing everything, right? All the gray area shit, like sugar caddies, salt and pepper shakers, cracker. And now you gotta switch gears. I gotta go from good grandson to lookout, right? I'm like, Nanny, what are you doing? All right, hurry up, right? And you're like, yo, eat your fucking soup and mind your business. This shit ain't got nothing to do with you, right? And then I gotta pull the car around. I got the doors open so she can get away, and she's waddling out. You hear the silverware, and right before she leaves, she grabs the bowl of hard candy in the front and then re-ups. And you're happy because they're the root beer barrels. They're just as good as the strawberry ones. All right, let me wrap this up. No, don't worry. It'll be the Italian 20-minute goodbye. I'll be following you to the car with the Cool Whip container and the meatball still talking. So let me tell you more about my lipstick. But listen, first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming out and being adults. All right, nobody got mad. Well, here's a beautiful thing about stand-up, which a lot of people don't realize, okay? The whole art form is based on pain, right? And that's what it is, right? Like, if you ever notice the theater mass, they're laughing and crying. And there's a reason for that, because the laughter comes from the crying. So to everybody in here, I hope that all of my pain was the reason for your laughter. And I hope the laughter didn't cause you any pain. Hey, thank you guys so much.